questions, right? Arlene touched Jameela's arm and brought her back to earth.
That's so funny, sweetie. I thought you said praying. So much press here. So fantastic. And your mom and her friends came too. How sweet.
Jameela turned to see her mother, Nusrat, arriving with 5 of her Pakistani friends, all wearing bright, jewel-toned shalwar kameezes. She acknowledged them with a curt nod, her right hand in her jacket pocket, rubbing the blue marble prayer beads her brother, Jamal, had given her as a child. People streamed in by the dozens. She should have tried praying long ago. Who knew God could be so responsive? But then, Courtney Leland entered. Jameela froze. The familiar chill of dread ran up her spine, even after all these years. Why was that woman here? Oh no. Suddenly, it made sense why people were rushing to get front row seats. Jameela clutched her prayer beads so tightly her fingers hurt. Fear and anxiety sparked through her body. She was instantly transported back to high school, a time when she and her mother had constantly fought over her clothing choices. She was forced to wear pants under her dresses, and any hairstyle besides pigtails was deemed too alluring. If Anne of Green Gables had been brown with a unibrow and a mustache, Jameela would have been her doppelganger. During that tumultuous period, her brother had convinced her to join the yearbook staff to gain experience as a writer and develop confidence. By her senior year, she had become editor of the school yearbook and eked out a niche for herself. Until Courtney joined the team and, like a black hole, absorbed all whose eyes gazed upon her. In that year's yearbook, their group photograph featured a smiling Courtney standing in the front of everyone, hands on hips, partly blocking Jameela's face. The caption "editor" was typed under her photo. She looked exactly the same now as she had back then, maybe a bit thinner and blonder. Her clothing choices perhaps had become more cutting edge. She wore knee-high black suede boots with stiletto heels over black leggings, a miniskirt, and an orange jacket with metal zippers everywhere. It looked like she'd just thrown the outfit together, but Jameela could tell that it was all high-end designer. I'm not in high school anymore. I'm an accomplished woman. Please, everyone, look at me, she thought. The camera swung toward Courtney. Arlene came and sat beside a devastated Jameela. How did she know about this event? Jameela whispered through clenched teeth. Reporters mobbed Courtney, who was turning her head at an angle perfected by 1,000 Instagram photos. Her lips were parted just so, and her eyes looked off into an unknown distance. She even took out a pair of tortoiseshell glasses and posed with one of the ends lightly touching her lip. Was that even sanitary? Courtney put them on while tossing her hair, which also seemed to know exactly where to land. She screamed, "Sexy librarian," while Jameela suddenly felt matronly in her sensible brown walking shoes. Arlene picked a piece of fluff off her lapel. The truth finally hit Jameela. You didn't.
Jameela, listen to me. You're a first-time author of a good book, yes, but you don't have name recognition yet. We have a hard time getting people to Margaret Atwood anymore. It was the only way.
What do you mean? The only way? It's my book launch. Why does she get top billing?
I may have suggested to her that it was going to be an interview-style launch with...
Courtney's going to interview me?
You were best friends in high school, so it makes perfect sense.
We were not best. Arlene stepped on Jameela's toe as Courtney approached the women. A cloud of perfume following her like low-lying cumulus clouds. Arlene, thanks for asking me to be part of your event. It was so kind of you.
Thanks for fitting us in,
replied Arlene. Jameela could sense Arlene was trying hard not to gush. If they hadn't been surrounded by people, Jameela would have throttled Arlene for picking the one person on earth who had betrayed her during her most vulnerable time. She had to appear gracious, or people would suspect the truth. She was jealous of Courtney's career success. Yeah, thanks, she added. Oh, you're so welcome.